Brother, let me tell you a quick story, okay? The story that finally made me lock in. So, after high school, I always knew I wanted greatness out of life, right? I always knew I wanted to be something great and do my own things. So, I dropped out and I started doing art. Because as a kid, I used to be good at drawing, right? And I started being really focused on that for a little while, okay? Like for a year, that's all I was doing. Drawing, 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 drawing. And I got good at it, okay? But then I got to a point where I burned out. I completely burned out and I stopped doing everything that, everything relied to art, right? And I started falling into the self improvement, okay? And basically, I started to tell myself that if I wanted success, I needed to become somebody that is better, somebody that deserved the success. So I started going on this self improvement journey and I started to self improve, right? Do the morning routines, tried, fail, dopamine detox, tried, fail. Give me a second. Doing the dopamine detox, trying, failing, doing, uh, trying to stop watching corn because I was really addicted to corn, right? Two times per day minimum, even when I was with my girl. Tried that, failed. Tried doing every single thing that would get me closer to my goal, and I felt myself falling, bro. I felt myself like every day I was trying. I was trying to get better. I was trying, but every day I would fall back to my old habits, and it started to feel like, bro, I was never gonna escape from that trap. I was gonna stay weak and never, and self-improvement felt fake. It felt like I would never actually change my life. I tried going to the gym. I could never. I stuck there for a week and I could never do it ever. And I started to give up on myself a little bit, give up on my future. I started to like have these thoughts in my head that maybe all this is fake and the guys online are just gurus and that it's not for me and I'm not made for success and that I should just give up. So after a while, I was working this job that was paying me well, really well, matter of fact. For a 19-year-old just driving cars, I was making 5 bands per month. Went on a trip with my girl, bought a Canada Goose, just had money to splurge around like a crazy guy, right? And after a while, I completely gave up on self-improvement, right? I was trying to quit corn. I told myself I'll never quit. I was trying to lock in. Told myself I'll never be able to lock in. So what did I do? Uh, I went back into school. Right? I took back. I enrolled back into school because I was like, if I can't do it alone, then all this shit is fake, and I'm not able to do it. Let me just go back to school and do something out of my life because I tried going the like entrepreneurial way and it didn't work. So I enrolled back into school, and I was like, fuck, this is how it ends then, The dream, the lifestyle, the dream life, the dream girl, the dream everything, live freedom, all that, it ends there, right? Because I'm gonna go back to school and, work a job that I don't like, live a life that I don't like, probably be average, probably not be able to help my mom a lot until I graduate. So I was like, yeah, this is it. And then, bro, afterwards, me and my girl, we were together for 4 years. So it started to get a little bit rocky around there, like around the relationship. Started to get a little bit like, things started to, when a relationship is about to end, it starts to get a little bit rocky. And you feel that it's about to end soon, right? And then I knew it. I knew shit was ending, but I couldn't pull the trigger. She was never gonna break up, but I had to do it. But I could never pull that trigger. I could never do it. I don't know why now. At the time, I didn't know why. I was scared of being alone, but I waited again because I was comfortable. I didn't want to go back into that, uncomfortable place where, I didn't get other girls and like that. I didn't want to go back there. So I stayed. And the job too, it was bad for me, right? Because although I was making money, bro, the people there were like some bad people, bro. They were unethical at all. Like, they're doing some fucked up shit, and it was starting to affect me. And I was like, bro, the longer I stay here, the more I'm gonna become like these guys. But I still stayed there, I still was like, yo, you know what? Let me stay, just because I'm comfortable. And I stayed. Every my life was just comfort. That's all it was. And then I waited, I waited, I waited. Nothing got better. Time passed, and the time to go back into school started getting closer. And now at this point, the relationship got to a point where there's no turning back. I'll make another video on that, but there was no turning back. So I literally had to break up, even though I didn't want to, right? And I hurted her, because I didn't do it the right way. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do it the right way. And that's one of my regrets, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Because I should have done that differently. I should have, like... Oh, fuck, bro. I messed up, but it is what it is, okay? And then, so I quit, I left that relationship, and at the same time, bro, I quit that job. Because I knew that this job was making me too comfortable. I knew I had to escape that. Otherwise, I was going to stay in that trap. Some guys at the job, they'll be working there for like the last 2 years, always talking about, yo, I'm going to quit, I'm going to quit. They never quit it. And they were like 40. And I was like, bro, when are you quitting? Like, this job is shit for you. And he was like, no, but I'm going to quit. But the job was just too comfortable. It was trapping him in comfort. So he stayed. And after that, you know, I was like, damn, time to actually, you know, focus on myself. And then something happened that really made me focus. At the same time that I left her, the same time that I quit my job, my mom got into the hospital, right? You know my mom, like, she had a surgery back then when she got in a car accident. And basically what happened is that, so yeah, like I was saying, bro, all the scars from the accident, they finally cut up, you know? They, like, it's like they all intertwined into her stomach or some dumbass shit that doesn't even make sense. And she had to get surgery. Now, all this shit happened at the same time, right? Me and my girl, we broke up 4 years, bro. At the time, I didn't even, like, had my head into that, right? I was thinking about my mother, but, like, 4 years gone. My job, gone. I'm going back to school to, like, go back to a shitty life. My mom is, the doctor actually told us, you know, she told us, hey, she took me and she told me, hey, because I'm the older brother, and, you know, there was only us, so for a full month, we did not live with my mother, and we used to, like, go to the hospital every single day to see her. Like, every single day we went to the hospital, and it was just a scary moment, because you see your mom, like, sick, like, she's really sick, like, she can't even, like, go to the bathroom. She has a tube, and, like, you see that, and you're just like, fuck, when is this shit gonna end? And, like, for a full month, I was like, damn, bro, like, what the fuck is going on? And then afterwards, you know, the doctor didn't want to make surgery. She didn't want to make it because she was like, with all the scars that she has, if I mess it up, it's gonna kill her. And so she waited. That's why she waited for so long to make the surgery, right? She waited for a month. And for a month, my mom was, like, really not feeling it. And I was like, fuck, bro, when's this shit gonna end? And then one day, the doctor, she was like, and even my mom, she was scared of doing the surgery. She was like, no, I don't want to do it. And then one day, the doctor just came and she said, we have to do it. And she took me and she said, you're the older brother? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you know, just want to let you know that it's a risky surgery. I'm gonna do my best. It's gonna be alright. Just don't worry. Everything's gonna be good. And you know me, I'm paranoid. So I was like, yeah, bro, I'm expecting the worst, right? The worst is my mom never comes back. So I literally stayed there the whole time. The whole time I stayed in the hospital, just thinking about my whole life. I was just thinking. I was in there. I was like, what have I become, right? Now I don't have a girl. Now I don't have an income. Now I'm going back to school. My mom, I might never see her again. And I never got myself to focus. I never got myself to lock in. I never got myself to be the man I should be, to make my mother proud, to live the life that I wanted. At this moment, when I was in the hospital for like 4 hours waiting for the surgery to end, I had a click. I remember, bro, I was crying, bro, because I was like, fuck. I'm just weak, right? Because the thing is, for 2 years, I was like, I'm going to change, I'm going to stop watching porn, I'm going to lock in, I'm going to work for my future. I'm gonna go to the gym, but I never did it. And at this moment, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, bro, look at where it got you. Look at the consequences of your actions. And I realized, bro, that I needed to focus. And that day, bro, everything changed for me. Everything changed for me. Because I realized that time passes. And that if we have the illusion that we just want pleasure right now, something is going to catch up to us. And it caught up to me. Right? Because I was chasing pleasure for all these years. And it finally caught up to me. I was going to lose everything. I was like at rock bottom. Not even my own mother was there for me. My girl that I thought I was going to marry, gone. Right? I was going to go back to school, live this average life. And the thing is that when I was doing all these things, I could not get myself to locking. I did not see this as a reality. I did not see a reality where, oh yeah, the bad choices that I was making were going to catch up to me, but they ended up catching up to me. And, you know, since that day after my mom got out of the hospital, bro, I instantly I read a book called Think and Grow Rich. Completely changed my mindset. Started going to a gym, never missed a day, never missed a meal, never missed anything. Started being super fucking disciplined and super fucking purpose driven for my life. Because now I saw the reality where my choices had the consequence. The things that I actually ran away from finally caught up to me. The decision that I was making on a daily basis for my present self and not for my future self finally caught up to me. And that's what's missing. That's the thing you're missing. That's the piece you're missing. That realization. You don't have to see your mother fucking almost die for that to happen. For you to have that realization that, hey, if you don't focus right fucking now, something's gonna happen. It's gonna catch up to you. And it's gonna be too late. And I don't want that to happen to you, bro. Because it almost happened to me. My mom was gonna die. Right? I had to lose my girl for me to lock in. I had to lose so many things for me to lock in. And I was close to losing the most important thing, bro. And I don't want this to happen to you. It doesn't even have to be that deep, but just know that time is passing. Time is passing and we don't have time to just play all day and fucking jerk off all day and not focus on our goals. Not focus on our future. On the type of man we need to become. To get to the next level, to provide for a family. For the ones that love us, bro. That's all you gotta realize, man. I had to realize this at 20. When I hit rock bottom, I don't want you to hit rock bottom for you to realize this. I want you to realize this right fucking now and love the fuck in. And don't let a day go by when you don't work on yourself towards your future. Don't let the fucking day go by when you don't work toward your dreams, towards what you want to do in your life. Don't let it pass. Don't let another opportunity pass on you, bro. We're made for more than just being average, than just being mediocre, bro. We can't just drown in pleasure. We gotta work. We're made for work. We're made to provide. And we gotta do it, bro. And I don't want something to happen to you for you to realize this. Okay? And so please, brother, do it for you. Focus for you. Make today the day you change. I always make these videos. But nobody actually acts. That's my biggest fear, that people watch me and they don't act because they think they're in the exact same mindset that I was in. Right? That it's okay, I have time, but I want to lock in, but I can't. Just take action. Do things that you never did. Start things that you never did. Change your mindset. Don't stay in that state of like, I want to change, but I can't. I stayed in that stage for 2 years. For 2 years, I wanted to change, but I couldn't. I don't want for you to take 2 years. It could take 1 second, the second you decide to act and actually change your life and completely switch the course of your life. It doesn't necessarily need to have an event as bad as it did for mine, but it just could be you deciding that enough is enough. You hate jerking off. You hate waking up late, feeling like shit. You hate not working on yourself. But your brain's trying to trick you into believing that this is pleasure, that you want the pleasure. You don't want the pleasure. You want achievements. You want success. You want progress. Don't fall into the trap of your brain into believing that you want pleasure. You do not want pleasure, bro. Listen, man. On this note, I'm gonna let you. Okay. Listen. You gotta focus, man. It's so important, man. We gotta focus on our future, bro. We have no other choice. What other choice do we have? We're gonna let the people that we love be disappointed. We're gonna let our young self be disappointed. We're gonna let our future self be disappointed. No, bro. All that pleasureful thing, bro, drop it. Focus on your purpose. Build your physique. Build your mindset. Build your business. Build everything. We're builders, bro. We can build anything from scratch. Look at this physique, bro. A year and 7 months of gym, what could you do? You could do more maybe in a year and 7 months. It doesn't matter. But at least you could build something. Build yourself from damn scratch, bro. And if you're going through rock bottom right now, bro, the only way is up. The only way is up, bro. I'll see you around. Hey, if you want to connect, hit me up on Instagram. I always answer DMs on Instagram. I love talking to you guys that are from the YouTube. I love connecting with you guys. You guys are my brother, you know it. And